What is good, YouTube? What is good, Facebook? How are y'all feeling? It's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again, as I often am. I was sick for a little minute, but I'm back in the game. Young blood is back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, how are y'all doing today? It's Tuesday. As you can see, I still got a little cough. If you're in the Facebook, if you're in the YouTube right now, please share the video. Please share the video. Let me sip some of this water before we get it cracking. I was down for a little minute, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. Back with a vengeance. What are we talking about today? Of course, we got to get into that AFC NFC championship. Got to get into that. What are we doing if we're not? Carmelo Anthony, finally a Chicago Bull, about 5.5 years too late. Got to get into that. What else is going on big in sports? We got a few things we could talk about, man. If you're in the Facebook right now, if you're in the YouTube right now, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. We appreciate all the love. I am Pat the Designer. As my boy Ringo J would say, make sure you tell your mama to tell their mamas. We are here live right now, and we appreciate the love. I'm going to start off with the NFC divisional game. Give y'all my thoughts on that. I thought it was a interesting. I thought it was I thought it was, on the New Orleans side, a poorly coached game. If I'm giving my honest opinion, I thought that Ron Rivera, he really didn't call a good game. A lot of people, of course, go right to the. Right to that last big call that was totally a pass interference. Don't get me wrong; it was completely missed by the officials. I believe that definitely something should come up against them. Definitely some action should be taken. But at the end of the day, the game did not end there. For all the Saints fans who are outraged by this play, the game did not end there. Let's talk about that. There was still an opportunity to get some big plays out of that, no? First off, what are you doing passing on first down? Ringo J, we see you in the live right now on YouTube. We appreciate you, bro. What are you doing passing on first down in this situation? You got to get that clock running, baby. You got to get that clock running. That's in my opinion the most important thing. You got to get that clock running. You got to get that time ticking down. If that time is not ticking down, what are you doing? If you're on the live on YouTube right now, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. We appreciate you. I didn't understand a lot of the coaching moves that Ron Rivera made in that game, and at the end of the day, you know, a lot of what he did cost him, and it's tough to see. You hate to see that because the Saints were so close to going back yet again. But at the end of the day, listen, you got to be better than that. You got to be better than that. This is your opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. You've been there before. You put down $250K cash and the Super Bowl trophy, and you told your boys win 3 games. Hey, you got to coach 3 games, coach. I didn't like that last game you coached. I didn't like what you did there. That's personal opinion. I may be wrong, but I didn't like the moves you made there. I didn't like some of the calls you made. I believe the team as a whole did not show up. Listen, New Orleans, it shouldn't have come down to one play. The Rams, yes, they have a dominant front seven, and I do believe that Ndamukong Suh has played the best 2 games we've seen him play maybe of his life right now. And now he gets the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl. But at the same time, listen, you gotta do something. Offensively, you guys weren't moving the ball. You choked it in the red zone quite a few times. I have a big problem with that. A big problem with that. So let's not put it all on that final play. Is that is that not to say the final play, but that big turnover there, or not turnover, the pass interference that was missed. Is it a big play? Yes, 100%, 100%. Officials got to get that one. Horrible that they didn't get it. What are you doing? 100%. You have to get that one. You have to get that call right. But just like the Bears can't put it in Cody Parkey's hands, New Orleans, you can't put it in the officials' hands to win you a game. I understand everybody's playing hard, everybody's playing tough, but you can't put it in the officials' hands to win you that game. That's tough. That's tough. I think that from the Rams side, listen, if you're going into the Super Bowl and you're going to come out of here with a victory against TB12, against Tommy Terrific, you're going to have to do a lot better than what you did against New Orleans. A lot better. A lot better. Because if you come out and you show that same effort you showed against New Orleans, the doors will be blown off of the building. And Tom Brady will have 6. I believe Tom's going to have 6 anyway. But you at least want to be competitive. You at least want to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube right now. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the pages. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to who can show up on the defensive end most. Because I don't believe that they're going to allow Todd Gurley to only have one or to only have, what do you have, 4 carries for 10 yards? That's not going to be allowed in the Super Bowl. Todd Gurley's gonna get some footing in Atlanta. Let me tell you right now. Todd Gurley's going to have a decent game in Atlanta. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to whose front 7 is the most dominant. Listen, I lean toward the side that has Ndamukong Suh, but at the same time, TB12's on the other team. I don't know if it's going to come down to quarterback play, but I'll tell you right now, my money would be on TB12. I'm not a big believer in the golf game. I'm just not. That's just me personally. It's just me personally. Still low under the weather here, guys. Excuse me for the cough. How do y'all feel about it? How did y'all feel about TB12 in that AFC game? How did y'all feel about that New Orleans game? I think that AFC game, the biggest takeaway for me in that AFC game is all the people that are saying you both teams should touch the ball. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of the both teams should touch the ball. Listen, at the end of the day, the Chiefs' defense had 3 opportunities to stop the New England Patriots on 3rd and 10, and they failed to do that. Your offense doesn't get to touch the ball. I'm sorry. They just don't. They just don't. Your offense does not get to touch the ball. I mean, you got to look at it like 3 opportunities, 3rd and 10. You don't make one stop. I'm not a believer in the both teams should touch the ball. I saw a lot of people, but Pat Mahomes, he didn't get a chance to touch the ball. You dang right he didn't. He didn't deserve a chance to touch the ball because his defense did not step up and make plays. And Andy Reid understood that because guess what? The DC fired today. He understood that. This defense has been terrible all year. All year. Come on, son. Come on, son. You got to be better than that. You got to be better than that. And I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to draw the line somewhere. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like we've made a lot of changes in the NFL Quick pause. Waterboy Report. Sup, bro? I see you in the YouTube live. Hey, y'all go check out my boy Luca Rosano at the Waterboy Report. The homie got fire content. Fire content. It's all love, Brody. If you're in the live right now, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. At the end of the day, the one thing I could be persuaded, somebody brought this up. I believe it was on Mike and Mike. And this is the one thing I've been hearing. What? And it actually brought me to the question: why is football the only sport that doesn't play out the overtime? That has a clock, I should say. They don't play out overtime or extra time. That's weird to me. I feel like in the playoffs, you play the extra quarter. And you know what? If you're a little tired after, hey, that's tough. That's tough. This is the playoffs. You're going to be tired. You're going to be beat up. You're going to be exhausted. But at the end of the day, this is the playoffs, baby. Playoffs? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. This ain't a high-budget show. We got to do our own sound effects on this one. You got to understand that that's the only option for overtime that I'm willing to accept. I feel like any other option there, like both teams get the ball, like the college rule, that is so stupid to me, especially dealing with NFL players, because the NFL players are going to dominate with college rules. Like it's set up for kids. At the end of the day, these college kids, some of them are grown men, but they're still kids. It's set up for kids. This is not set up for NFL players, for NFL kickers, for NFL quarterbacks. It's set up for kids. By kids, for kids. I think that playing out the 15-minute quarter or 10-minute quarters, 12-minute quarters, whatever it is, would be the best option moving forward. But at the end of the day, listen, in that AFC Championship game, that defense had opportunities to make stops. Tom Brady pushed that ball down their throats and said, we're going to the Super Bowl. You have no option in this. And he does that every time. He does that every time, ladies and gentlemen. Every time. So what's the game plan against it? How do you change it? How do you make it fair? How do you make it even? Because all I keep hearing is, oh, well, it's not fair because it's a coin toss. Yeah, it is a coin toss. But it's fair because the defense can score and also win the game. You got to make stops. I don't buy into that philosophy. I'm not a fan of that philosophy. Do y'all like that? Do y'all think the college way would be better? Do you think that the college way of doing things would be better in the NFL? Or would these teams just dominate that? What's the game plan? That's what it comes down to. What's the game plan? How can you change the game to make it fair so that it's not a coin toss? And I honestly believe, listen, I would love to see, first off, I'm always a believer in more football. So I would love to see an extra quarter of football. Now, is it going to be hard on the teams? Yeah. Especially in a situation like the Chiefs were in. Listen, Tom Brady ran up 94 plays on them. You're tired. You're gassed. No wonder they couldn't make a stop in overtime. 94 plays? You got to manage the game a little bit better. But this is the professional league. This isn't college. This is the professionals. This is where the big boys play at. I think it's tough that Pat Mahomes didn't get to touch the ball, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. Because would it have made a difference? Tom Brady was going to win that game. Did you see him? Did you see him after? First off, Tom Brady, shout out to Tom Brady for becoming a young social media god without even trying. Let's give Brady a little shout out for that first off, because this mug Brady out here not saying two words, just him and Gronk playing a little hip hop, bumping a little vibe, you know what I'm saying? Letting people know that we ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. I love it. I love it. And I think the Super Bowl is set to be, it's going to be set to be interesting. It's going to be based off of what the Rams can do offensively, because I think the Patriots are going to be ready for them. Shout out to the No Brand Water. I appreciate y'all for supporting us. This episode brought to you by H2O. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook right now. If you're in here, give the video a like. Make sure to share the video if you're on Facebook. Make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. We appreciate all the love. Some big news in Chicago Bulls world. They finally got Carmelo Anthony, baby. 5 years too late. I feel like that's the thing with the Bulls every time. Every time, Joe. 5 years too late. Let's get him. I like that. I like that move. What? I understand they're going to cut him immediately. They're going to trade him. They're going to try to trade him. Man, can you imagine if the Bulls actually get a pick for Carmelo Anthony? Who's looking for Melo right now? Who's on the Melo train right now? Is anybody on the Melo train right now? I like what Melo. I don't know. Melo is it's an interesting thing to me. Like, I like what Melo does, but at the same time, he never does it in game. Melo is the king of the training video. Does anybody else look better in a training video than Melo? Going through his drills? Don't let him put the hoodie on. What? Hoodie Melo? It's wild out here. The Bulls make that move, get some cash back. Basically, that's all it's doing. Clear a little cash. Who do they think they're going to get? This is where my blood pressure raises up a little bit. This is where the blood pressure is going to raise up a little bit. Who do they think they're going to get? They're stockpiling all this cash, right? Like they always do. They're probably going to trade away a second-round pick for cash instead of actually picking somebody. Who do you think you're going to get? What superstar are you going to get? Are you going to go sign Tobias Harris? Is that who you're looking for? Give us some big money to Tobias Harris? That's what you're looking for? Who are you looking for? Because you're not getting Kawhi. You're not getting KD. If you traded for AD right now, he'd probably leave because he'd see Jim Boylan's bald head sitting up in there, and he'd walk right out of the room before he even got into practice. Trade me for cash. Who are you going to get? It ticks me off, man. The Bulls are always doing the league favors. Oh, we'll take Carmelo off your hands. We'll trade him for cash. Don't even worry about it. We got you. Who are you going to get with all this cash you keep trading for? I don't understand it. Because nobody's signing here. You know the guys who are signing here? The guys who are unproven. Zach LaVine signed here because nobody believed in him enough to give him more than that $80 million contract. And that's not a slight against Zach. You get your bread. But people were on the fence about him. Who is coming to Chicago? Huh? Who's coming to Chicago? I wouldn't want to play for these Bulls right now. You thinking maybe Kemba Walker? Kemba ain't coming to play for these Bulls right now. With Jim Boylen at the helm? Jim Boylen. That's who you're trying to run out here as an NBA coach. Jim Boylen. I understand if you're just trying to lose. Like if he's the reason, if you feel that his scheme is the reason you're losing and that's your whole game plan and you're just paying him till the end of the season, I'm on board with you. Let's get these draft picks. Bulls got 11 wins right now. But at the end of the day, who is coming to Chicago? Nobody's signing here. Nobody wants to play for the Bulls right now. And it's sad because you are literally up there with the Boston Celtics and the LA Lakers of the world. You are an iconic franchise. You are a worldwide franchise. You go to China right now, there's kids wearing Dennis Rodman jerseys. Maybe for a different reason. I don't understand it. I don't understand who people think is signing here. Because the Bulls keep trading away this stuff for cash considerations. Cash considerations. But they're not getting nothing from the cash. Is this just for Jerry? At least tell me if it's for Jerry. Because at least if it's for Jerry, I get it. Jerry want to put $900,000 in his pocket. Who do you think is coming? KCP? Y'all going out? That's your big free agent signing for the summer? The biggest thing that ticks me off with the Chicago Bulls, I watched the game against Cleveland. They really had a real road dog. The one team they actually should have lost to, they come out and they put hands on them. But this is the thing with the Chicago Bulls. At the end of the day, they have a lot of talent. If you don't see talent on this team, I don't know what you're looking at. The Chicago Bulls are a mirror image of the Phoenix Suns. Zach LaVine is turning into Devin Booker. Wendell Carter Jr., Deontay Ayton. Larry Markkinen, Josh Jackson. They're mirror images of each other. And it ticks me off because both teams have so much talent. But what is the issue? Is it management or is it the coach? Because somewhere in between, the scheme is not working, bro. Somewhere in there, you're missing the context, bro. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And seeing the Carmelo deal over the weekend, or yesterday, it kind of raised the blood pressure because I knew he was never going to play a day in a Bulls jersey. I don't want him to. Let me stop. I kind of want him to play in a Bulls jersey because I feel like him and Wendell Carter Jr. or him and Jabari Parker together, kind of funny. Watching that defensive tandem on the floor, woo! Giving up 150 a game. Throw Zach out there too. Might as well throw Blakeney back in the mix. Who's coming to Chicago, man? Who can right the ship? Can anybody right the ship? I don't think so. I don't think there's anybody out there that can right this. Because at the end of the day, there's no stability with this team. There's no stability with this team. Right now, the Chicago Bulls are a team that is a talented team with no direction. They're a ship without a rudder. They have no idea where they're going. They want to go somewhere, but they have no idea how they're going to get there, when they're going to get there. They're just floating in the currents. And that sucks. I thought there was nothing worse than watching a bad Bulls team. But I can't even call these players bad. These players are talented. And no one in this organization knows how to use them. Nobody. Nobody knows how to use them. That's the most irritating thing of all to me. If y'all didn't hear, Melo's a Chicago Bull. And it's got my blood pressure up. Who's coming to Chicago? Who's the guy that's going to make a difference in this city? Huh? I would love to get AD. Oh, my God, I would love to get AD. Y'all have no idea. Him and Boogie Cousins on my favorite player list, 1 and 1A. I don't know which is which, but they both up there. I think at the end of the day, the fact that they have no direction, that they have no idea how to get there, is more annoying than the fact that they were bad before. Like, we've seen Bulls teams that have just been bad, talentless. This team is not talentless. This team has talent. So why are you trading for cash considerations? Are you going to add talent? Are you going to hire a new coach? Is this to pay off Fred so that the old man can get off your back and you can hire you a new coach? Is that what this is going to? Because I'm all on board for that. But show me a direction. Show me a plan. Show me an idea. Show me something. Because right now, this team right here has nothing. And you're trading for Carmelo Anthony? That does nothing to me, because maybe you do trade him away. Maybe you do get a second-round pick. You're just going to sell it like you do everything else. Who's coming to Chicago, bro? Now I'm flustered. Now I'm irritated. I didn't even know I was irritated about this subject till I got on here and talked with y'all. The Chicago Bulls, as John Paxson said, are mired in mediocrity. They're not even mediocre anymore. You're not even a factor. You are now in range to be laughing stock of the NBA. There are two teams worse than you. Do you realize that? There are two teams worse than you. How did we get here? We come from Derrick Rose to here. And yeah, maybe they held on to Derrick a little long. I think Derrick needed to move on. It's good to see him playing better. But at the end of the day, you still don't have a direction. You're still looking to do something with those 2008 Bulls. You may say that you've moved on, you're trying to move forward, but every bit of action that you've taken shows me that you have no idea what forward is. You're still looking for those 2011 Bulls to win that championship. And based off of the moves you've made, that's exactly what I see. The one good move I'm giving them is the Jimmy Butler trade. Great trade. I think you got some good young talent from that. Now, the problem is you don't have a coach to coach up that talent. You are in line to get R.J. Barrett or Zion Williamson or some other top great college player. Throw the names out there. You're in line to get one of these guys. And you're going to trust Jim Boylan to coach these guys? You're going to trust Jim Boylan to be the face that molds this young talent? Get out of here, son. What are we talking about here? The players don't even want to come to practice. I know we moved past that, but that's still goofy to me. Who's coming to Chicago, bro? Even if you put the team together. That's my problem. Even if you put, say we do get Zion. Zion turns out to be amazing in the NBA. Say somehow we do make a trade for AD. You got to start in the lineup with Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, Chandler Hutchison. We'll leave him in there. I like C. Hutch. I think he'll develop into a nice player. Larry Markkinen and AD. You still got Jim Boylan at the helm. You think these boys ain't talented right now? If you think the young Chicago Bulls we got right now have no talent, you're not watching the games. And I know they're tough to watch. Trust me, I'm watching them. They're hard to stomach. But these boys are talented. There's talent on this team right here. But the coach and management don't know what to do with it. That's all it is. That's what it is at the end of the day. They don't know what to do with it. So they continue to do the same things. Trade for a piece, sell it. Release them. We don't need it. What are you doing? What are you doing? We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook right now. If you're in the live, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We appreciate all the love. Who's coming to Chicago? You can almost say that for all sports. White Sox can't get Manny Machado to sign a deal, it seems. I like what the Sox have done. I think they've been good with their moves. Strategic, I'll say. But at the end of the day, there's all this hot chatter, hot talk, mad hot talk. No signings, like always. It's tough being a Sox fan, man. It's tough being a Sox fan. Do y'all believe there's some collusion going on in the league, in baseball? With these deals that they're saying is being offered to Manny and Bryce? A little bit of collusion going on? I don't know. I'm honestly just asking. But it seemed a little collusion-y. Seemed like the owners got together and said, hey, we're not paying these guys more than this. Because listen. If you think Manny Machado and Bryce Harper aren't $300 million players, I don't know what sport you're watching. I don't know what games you're watching. These guys are amazing. These guys are dominant. These guys play no games. They're some of the best players in the league, and they're struggling to get $200 million. Now, I know I say that, and Muzz look at me like, $200 million, bruh. That's a lot of money. You better take it. I agree with you. But at the end of the day, this is baseball. It's all the money involved. Who's coming to Chicago? That's the question. Who's coming? Because right now I'm a little nervous about Manny. And the Sox pulled out all the stops. I'm talking about signed John Jay, signed his brother-in-law. I'm talking about we got best friends in here. They got Manny like season tickets. Like they are pulling out all the stops to get Manny. What's the last thing you hear? Some mystery team coming in. They could be the ones to sign Manny. Who is this mystery team? Watch it be the Yankees. Sick of the Yankees. I'm so sick of the Yankees. Who's coming to Chicago? I feel like that's the question for all sports. And it sucks. It really does suck. I think you got something on the Bears. People are willing to come here now. Excuse me. I think they like Nagy's offense, but all through Chicago sports, who's coming? Not a lot of guys are looking at Chicago as a place. And that's sad. Chicago's a great city. Chicago's top 5 city in the country. Hands down. Hands down. Top 5. Well, I mean, what are we looking at here? We're looking at Chicago, New York, I'd say LA, I'd say Miami, and I'd give you Vegas. I'd say that's my top 5 for the country. Top 5 cities for the country. Chicago's a top 5 city. And nobody wants to come here to play. You don't see the problem with that? Does nobody see the problem with that? That's wild to me. That blows my mind that nobody wants to come here to play. The Chicago Bulls got nobody. Chicago White Sox got nobody coming here. Chicago Cubs could get people to come here, but they don't want to pay nobody. It's just wild. Who's coming to Chicago? That's the question. That's the question at the end of the day. Who wants to come play here? Because for the Chicago Bulls, I guarantee it's nobody. I guarantee it's nobody. You know what the Bulls are going to start getting? They're going to start getting old veterans that are traded here because teams need bad contracts. Because the Bulls need bad contracts. That's what they're going to get. I hate it. Who y'all got in the Super Bowl, man? I got to get on another topic. Who y'all got in the Super Bowl? I think that I'm going New England, man. I think the Patriots got this one. TB12 going to get 6. Get that surgically enhanced finger ready, kid. He going to add a 6th one on for that ring so he can wear them all on one hand. I think TB12 got this one. The 40-year-old man goes out in a blaze of glory. He probably comes back next year. Knowing Brady. He's coming back next year. This is going to be an interesting Super Bowl. There's going to be a lot of Brady hate. I don't understand. This is another question I've had throughout the week. What's up with all the Brady hate, yo? Why everybody hate Brady? Why do people hate greatness? Why do people hate greatness? LeBron James, one of the greatest players we've ever seen. The world hates him. Because he's not Michael Jordan. The world hates him. I know Chicago hates him just because he kept beating the Bulls, but why does everybody else hate him? Some of y'all teams wasn't in it. People from Charlotte shouldn't be hating on LeBron James. I'm sorry. Like, The LeBron James beef for us is personal, at least. Like, he knocked the Bulls out of the playoffs many a time. Everybody hates LeBron. Why does everybody hate Tom Brady? Some of y'all teams shouldn't hate Tom Brady. Like, if you're from Jacksonville, I get it. That's a rival. You know what I'm saying? Like, rival, I get. But some of y'all shouldn't hate Tom Brady. Some of y'all have never been in the running against Tom Brady. If Tom Brady beat you for a Super Bowl, I get it. Seattle, I understand your Tom Brady hate. Minnesota, I don't get it. You were never there. Why do y'all hate Tom Brady? Bears fans, why do y'all hate Tom Brady? Is it the 50 burgers? If it's the 50 burgers, I kind of understand, but we got to let that go. Everybody hates Tom Brady. I don't understand it. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook right now. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. If you're on the Facebook, make sure you share the video. We appreciate all the love. Why does everybody hate Tom Brady? I have never seen Tom Brady hurt anybody. And yet everybody hates him. What is with all the Brady hate? I want to know y'all opinion on that. What is with the Brady hate? Some of the teams I get. Pittsburgh, I get it. He stood in your way of championships. Miami, I kind of get it. He's a rival. But y'all really ain't been there. But like Bears fans, Packers fans, Lions fans, I don't get it. Ravens fans? Ravens maybe a little more. It's just a lot of fans. I don't get why y'all hate him. Is it because he's a good-looking guy? Is it because he's got a bad wife? Is it because he's got 5 rings? Like, do you hate him just because he's a champion and it's easy to hate champions? Is it an underdog thing? Are you rooting for the underdog here? Like, why do you hate Tom Brady specifically? I don't hear half the hate for Bill Belichick that I hear for Tom Brady. I'm confused. I want to know. I just felt like hopping on here, reacting with y'all a little bit, talking with y'all a little bit. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Probably finna get up out of here. I was cracking up at that question. I thought that was interesting because so many people just off the bat hate Tom Brady, and it confuses the world out of me. But make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe as always. Me and Ringo will be shooting the podcast live tomorrow, so make sure y'all tune in for that. We have a lot of content coming y'all way. We appreciate everything that y'all do. Me and Ringo might be live on the Twitch tonight, so y'all check that out. Make sure y'all check out some of the other videos we got on here. I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming. We got a lot of stuff already posted, and we're just doing this. We enjoy doing this. We love doing this. We love talking to y'all. So there's gonna be a ton of lives and stuff like that where I just hop on and talk with y'all. So I appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the attention y'all give us. Make sure y'all just keep supporting, keep sharing. We thank you for everything you do. And, yeah, man, it's your boy Pat, the designer, man. I'm finna get up out of here because I ain't ate no food, so I'm kind of hungry. I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Yeah. Peace in the Middle East. Rain in Spain.